Killing it! Whew, these melodies are confusing with the harmonies. Fog's rolling in off the East River bank like a shroud. Covers Bleecker Street, fills the alleys where men sleep, hides the shepherd from the sheep. Shikabagoon-goon-goon, now Mike's music method. Come on in, everybody. Here you are. You found your favorite guitar site on the internet, I hope. Today we're doing an amazing song, Bleecker Street by Simon and Garfunkel. This song was requested by the lovely Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Let's get in touch. It's been a while, buddy. This is an amazing song, right? You guys know Simon and Garfunkel. What a beautiful song. Great harmonies. The tricky part with this song is there are two guitars. Believe it or not, one is capoed way up on the 9th fret, and there's a second guitar on the 4th fret. At least as far as I can tell. So I'm doing my best to parse those two guitar parts out, but it is not easy. There's a lot happening on this recording. So I would say it's impossible to get both guitar parts accurate, but there's definitely some things that stand out pretty clear in both guitar parts. So we are going to go through both. The one way up on the 11th fret or the 9th fret, which is really pretty. The other one, this isn't super complicated. It's certainly not a beginner Travis pick song. So as always, check out my Travis picking playlist. Work through those first 8 videos. They're in order of kind of difficulty. And once you get those down, you can dive into this one, but not super hard. So if you're just looking to learn some Simon and Garfunkel, this is a great one. By the end of this video, you're just gonna have really solid control of some cool 3 thumbing patterns, as I call them. Instead of Travis picking back and forth all the time, it does a 3-note pattern quite a bit. Plus there's some great little hammer-ons and nice little tricks. It's a gorgeous tune. And if you're new to Mike's Music Method, timestamps down below are your best friends. Jump ahead, go backwards, right? If you're new, don't try to play with me. You're gonna have to practice these things a lot longer than how quickly I go through them. So you're at your skill level, use the timestamps accordingly. Just know at the end, we talk about singing and playing it together. And then at the very end, we have slow runs, I call them. The slow run-throughs are me just playing through the entire tab at a nice slow pace. All the tabs are available for download at mikesmusicmethod.com, and it operates on the value for value model. So there is no paywall, but it's the honor system and it's the value for value. How much do these videos mean to you? But more on that later. Let's get to it. Simon and Garfunkel, Bleecker Street. Boom. For the sake of this recording, I know they're actually doing capo 9, but that's ridiculous and you can't really fit. So just for the ease of playing along with me, let's do capo 7, because if you don't have a cutaway, you're really ridiculously up there. Measure 1. Always tune up when you throw the capo that high, because things are probably wonky. So we just got a G chord, and we only need our ring finger, and our thumb is just Travis picking from 6 to 4. Now I'm going to pinch 6 and 2 at the beginning, thumb 1 on 4, then pointer goes to 3. So I'm doing thumb and middle, 6 and 2, thumb 1 on 4, then my pointer finger goes to 3, 1. Second half of the measure is just thumb back to 6, middle on 2, thumb on 4. 6, 2, 4, and that's thumb, middle, thumb. So the whole measure, 3, 4. Real slow, 3, 4. Measure 2, we have a D chord, but we're actually doing the A in the bass. So normal D chord shape up here. Our thumb is actually jumping from 5 to 4, so it's it's a D/A. We have the A in the bass. Thumb's just doing 5 to 4. At the beginning, I'm pinching 5 and 1. I'm using my ring finger. If you want, you can move your middle. I know it was on the 2nd string. You can just move it down. But I'm going to pinch with the ring, and I'll show you why. Because after that, my thumb goes to 4, and then my pointer goes to 3. So if you do middle, that's fine. Just know you got middle on the 1st and pointer on the 3rd, so you're kind of crossing that one. So it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to beat you up about it, but I'm using my ring to do that 5 and 2 pinch. Thumb on 4, pointer to the 3rd string. Second half of the measure, thumb goes back to 5, pointer, then I'm doing my middle on the second string. But it could be your pointer there. You can do middle, pointer, pointer. You could do middle, pointer, middle. No set rule on how to do that melody line. But the end is just 5, and it's a second string, 4 with a thumb. So the entire measure together, 3, 4. Measure 3 is really cool. We got this little hammer on here. So think of it as a C chord, but we don't need the ring finger here because we're never going to play the 5th string. It's up high. What we're doing is we're like hammering into a C chord. So I have open, and I'm hammering these 2 fingers. Or you can think of it as an A minor 7, but it's technically a C chord. So we're hammering those 2. I'm hitting thumb and pointer on 4 and 2, and I'm hammering into it. Then my thumb's alone on the 3rd string. But then I immediately hit the 1st string, and I'm using my middle finger there. And I have my pinky down. So I'm hammering into that chord, but I also can have that pinky or your ring finger ready on the top fret of the 3rd string. I use my pinky. I mean, when you're up this high, you could use your ring too, but I'm just used to using the pinky. So that's the first half. Pinching 4 and 2 and hammering into both of them. Thumb alone on the 3rd string, middle does the top string. Second half of the measure is just thumb on the 4th, pointer on the 2nd, thumb on the 3rd. So that's the second half of the measure. And I'm teaching it this one way, but guys, if you really want to get into Travis picking, you just got to make sure your thumb is robotic. And often with measures, the way I'd actually have you practice them once you kind of learn them is start with the thumb. Then we're going to do the pinch. Once you get comfortable with that, then we're going to add that 3rd fret on the top. Then I'm going to add the 2nd string. So what I'm doing is I'm starting with the thumb and building one melody note at a time. And let's try that with measure 4. So measure 4, let's just analyze what's happening. My thumb's going back from 6 and 4, but you'll notice on B2 I got a hammer on. And that hammer is actually going to be, again, we're going quickly to like a C chord kind of. Right, it looks like a C chord even though the G is still in the bass. So it's the same trick we just did a moment ago, but now he's adding a bass note to it. So I'm hammering both of those. Thumb goes back to 6, and then I lift up the chord. So 6, 4 with the hammer, 6, lift it up on 4. So that's the thumb pattern. Now I'm going to add the first melody note, which is the pinch. So there I'm doing thumb with middle finger on 4 and 2. Thumb, lift it up. Once that feels really comfortable, I'm going to add the second melody note, which is that open. Right here I'm going to add it, middle finger on the 2nd string. Real slow, 3, 4. Yeah, measure 5, cool, similar idea here. Thumb is just going back and forth from 6 to 4. The first melody note we add here is 6, 4, and that's the middle finger on the 2nd string. I'm going to keep going. But that, once we get that done, you'll notice right away that that first melody note's a hammer on. So what we need to do here, I call it a giddy up. Thank you, Anders, for the term. The giddy up looks like this. I'm going to do a hammer on the 1st fret of that 2nd string, but the moment I do that hammer on, my thumb's hitting that one, so it's hammering onto the 2nd while my thumb hits the 6th. The 6th. I cannot say that word. My tongue gets in the way. Looks like that. Let's just finish it with the thumb so we can kind of loop that and get the feel for that giddy up. Giddy up. But notice right after the giddy up we have open on the B string, on the 2nd string. Another middle finger there. Hammer on with the middle, right back to the middle before I get to the thumb. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb. So the thumb approach is an incredibly valuable approach. In other words, I'm only looking at the first melody note, ignoring everything else, but playing it in good rhythm with the thumb. Then I'm going to add the hammer, but finish the measure with my thumb. Open one, open one. Then I'll add the final melody note, which is back to the open. Incredibly valuable way to learn these things. Now in the song, we start the verse here, measure 6, and kind of some repeat, but a little bit different still. We got a G. This is almost seems like a happy accident. It's weird that we get this double up on the B string. So I got thumb, thumb's just hopping here, 6 to 4. I'm pinching 4 and 2, thumb and middle. Then I'm immediately hitting the second string again. Now if you got a quick middle finger or pointer finger, you can just double up. But I'm doing pinch with thumb and middle, then immediately to my pointer finger on that same string. And that can feel really weird at first. Thumb, pinch, and thumb, 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 middle, pointer, thumb, thumb. And now after that, I'm just doing thumb, pointer, thumb. So the end of the measure is just whatever it is, 6, 3, 4, thumb, pointer, thumb. So all together, 3, 4. Measure 7, we've got a D chord, and it's just simple D. Now we're just picking it normal, 4 to 3. Pretty easy. Thumb alone, pinch 3 and 1 with thumb and middle. Immediately hit the pointer finger on the second string. Then the second half of the measure is thumb, middle, thumb, and the strings are 4, 1, 3. Together. And remember that whole, you always got to remember your thumb's just always doing the dance. Bob your head, whatever you got to do the rhythm to keep that thumb in its proper place. Good news is measure 8, it goes exactly back to measure 3. And then 9 is the same as 4. And then 10, simple again. Just a simple G there. Measure 11, we go to an A minor. It's hard to tell exactly with the two guitars what the thumb is doing, but I think we're hopping from 5 to 4. And what we got here is just, 5, 4 with the thumb. The beginning is 5, 4, 3. So it's thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, thumb, pointer. Then after that, thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle on the second string. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Then the very last time we do I'm doing the ring finger, but you can just move your middle to that high E string. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, ring. So we're building up that melodies going from the third string to the second to the first. You can do pointer, pointer, middle, right? However you want to vary those three, it's your call. Then we'll go right into 11 here, 12. He just doesn't do the last note. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. Measure 13, we'll talk about singing it later, so if you get lost, don't worry, we'll double back and go through all this stuff. This is weird, it's like a D7 chord, but you don't need your ring finger, so we just have open, 1, 2, right from the ground up, open, 1, 2, that's all we need in the left hand. And our thumb's going back and forth from 5 to 4, so again, if it's a D7, we have the A in the bass as the lowest note instead of the D. And we got thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. And those strings are going to be 5, 3, 4, 2. But we do the same trick we did on that A minor, where after we do 3, 2, 1, then we got open on top. So thumb, third string, thumb, second string, thumb, first string, thumb alone. So 3, 4. Then we do that again in the next measure. 13, 14, 15 goes to a G. Now watch this. This is easy, just a G, right? Thumb, and then pinch 4 and 2. Now this part, we're gonna do 6, 2, 4. And what we do is we got that hammer on again, so it's like these two are going into like a C chord, even though we're keeping the G in the bass. Now what I'm doing, you're gonna hear a little bit of like a ghost hammer there, or a delayed hammer. Because the moment I play that 1, I know it says to only play it on the 2nd string, but usually in these kind of moves, right, they're always hammered together. So the moment I play the 1 on the B string, I'm actually putting them both down. So you hear a little bit of a hammer on. From that one, it'll be subtle and silent, even because we're only hitting that 2nd string. So thumb, pinch, thumb in middle, thumb, and I'm only hitting the 2nd string there, even though I hammered both of these down onto the guitar neck there. So it's, the second half looks like that. 6, 2, 4, thumb, middle, thumb, and then those are both going down at the same time. So the whole measure, 3, 4. That's the only weird part. I'm putting them both down at the same time. Measure 18, we go to an E minor. Pretty easy, it's just 6, 4, 6, 4. I'm pinching 6 and 2. 4, 3, 6, 2, 4. So thumb middle, thumb pointer, thumb middle, thumb. Just bouncing 6 and 4 with that thumb. 17, we get the high note, 6 and 1. 3rd, 2nd. So pinch 6 and 1. Thumb pointer on 4, 3. 4, 3, pinch. And I'm pinching with my ring, but you can pinch with your middle if you wanted to. Second half of the measure is 6, 2, 4. That's it. Thumb, middle, thumb, so that whole measure, 3, 4. Real quick note in 17, I'm not sure if I messed up my tab. In my tab, I actually have it open there. That last one's open. Now I could have made a mistake, but very often in songs I call that an open string cheat, where it's just buying the player a little bit of time to get to the next chord. And that, you know, that sounds fine. I'm not sure what is actually happening. So if you can keep that 2nd fret down, that works. But if you want to lift it, to give yourself time to switch chords, not going to matter too much either way. Shaboom! The donation pitch. Guys, this is a very important part of the video where I tell you about the value for value model and how Mike's Music Method works. I'm trying to be your online guitar teacher. This channel has been such a joy. I'm reaching so many people. So many people are getting an amazing fingerpicking education, learning songs they never thought they'd be able to learn. Just check the comments below these videos. It's awesome. I'm helping a lot of people. But I pour a ton of my time into the channel, and I'm just asking for value back. It's the value for value model. So I ask you guys, what is this worth to you? $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month. I could have all these tabs behind a paywall, but I don't want to do that. I know there's a lot of young people watching, a lot of people that absolutely cannot afford this in their life. But the only way this channel keeps going, if those of you who can afford, do so and chip into the channel. So I'm asking from your heart. You know, if you saw me on the street corner and I took, 90 minutes out of my day to just sit down and teach you the song, right? And this takes a lot longer than 90 minutes to tab the song out, shoot the video. I love doing the labor, but holy cow, guys, it is not a little amount of time. And I have over 200 tutorials. So the last 5 years of my life, I have really poured a ton of time and attention and energy into this channel. So without being long-winded, it's the value for value model. You can chip in $100 a month, $50 a month, $150 a month, $5 a month. It is up to you. What does this channel mean to you? And also note that when you're giving, you're also helping a lot of people who don't have the financial resources to still access this channel. So in a way, it is like a charitable gift as well, because you're helping me keep this content open to the masses. So that's it. There are all sorts of ways to donate at mikesmusicmethod.com. There's all the memberships. You can still choose to do Patreon, PayPal, Zelle, all sorts of ways. Just go to mikesmusicmethod.com. You can snail mail me a check. But that's it, guys. Please, honestly, consider this. I'm putting so much time into this channel, and I would love to get return on that, and it would help keep this channel alive. And I'd love to make more videos. If you guys buy me more time, you're simply buying me more time to put into this channel. And if I can make this a full-time gig and be cranking out, you know, 2 or 3 times the content, that'd be amazing. Help me out. Otherwise, keep enjoying the video. At least send me a thank you email. The encouraging words go a long way too. The value for value doesn't always have to be monetary, even though that helps. All right, that's it. Onward with the tune. Let's do it. Thank you. 18 here. This is awesome. We got a B7 chord, but we're never playing that top string. So all we really need is nothing, nothing. 2 on the 3rd string with my ring finger, 1 with my pointer, and 2. So I got nothing on the top 2 strings and 2nd fret on the 3rd, 1st fret, 2nd with the middle there. And we're gonna need our pinky actually. There's one little tricky stretch here. Really neat here. What we're doing is thumb is just going back and forth from 5 and 4. But we got thumb, pointer, thumb, and then middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. 5, 3, 4, 2, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. Second half of the measure starts the same as the beginning, just thumb, pointer, thumb. Thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Easy enough. Now in 19 we have to reach that pinky to the 4th fret. And we're hitting 5 and that one together. Sorry, my intonation stinks this high on this guitar. I need new strings. But I'm pinching 5 and 2. I got the pinky down, so it's 2nd fret with 4th fret there. And I'm doing thumb and middle. Then it kind of continues like before. Thumb goes to 4, I lift that pinky and do it open. And then it ends like normal. Thumb, pointer, thumb. Measure 20, we go back to a C. It's just 5, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Measure 21, still on a C chord. I'm going to put the pinky down on the 1st string, 3rd fret. And I'm going to pinch those 2, so I'm pinching 5 and 1. Again, you can do it with your ring finger or your middle. Pinching 5 and 1. Thumb on 4, pointer on 3. Second half just does thumb and then middle on the 2nd string. Thumb on 4, 5, 2, 4. So put it all together. 3, 4. (22) is a G. Pretty easy. Thumb, pinch 4 and 2. Thumb, pointer, thumb. Strings are 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4. Measure 23, you gotta put the pinky down on that G, because normally I'm not doing it, I'm just letting my hand relax. And I'm gonna pinch 6 and 1 there. And after that pinch, my thumb's going to 4, pointer's going to 3. Again, I'm pinching with the ring, but feel free to pinch with your middle. That's fine too, or the ring. Then it just ends 6, 2, 4, thumb, middle, thumb. Nice and hoppy. We're getting there, guys. Measure 24. This is really weird, but I'm pretty sure this is what this high guitar is doing. We have a normal D chord, which we've seen this before. Thumb, we're just going back and forth. But we're gonna lift, at the very end of the measure, we're gonna lift everything but the ring finger. I know that seems weird, but I'll show you why in a second. So at the beginning we're doing thumb, then we're pinching 3 and 1, then immediately to the pointer finger. And that's all normal on a D chord. Thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb, pinch, thumb. Cool? Then here we lift the chord up, but we keep our ring finger down. Just a really interesting color there. So the ending is just 4, 1, 3, 2. Thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, but the chord, everything is lifted but that 3rd fret. D goes down, lift. 1, 2, and 3, lift. So I'm lifting both of those 2s. Let's try it slow again. Sorry, 3, 4. D chords down. Lift the 2 fingers up. Keep that ring finger down. Yep. Measure 25. This one's pretty inaudible on the recording. It's so hard to tell. Inaudible, unaudible, inaudibleness. It's real hard to hear what's going on. It almost sounds like he's just hitting the D and letting it ring the whole measure, but that sounds weird if you're playing it alone. So I just kind of made it really simple, where I'm doing just 4-2-5-2, or sorry, 4-3-5-3 on a D chord. But I'm just adding the 2nd string here and the 2nd string here. So thumb and pointer, thumb and pointer. I mean, feel free to do whatever you want to do there. It's very hard to tell what's going on the recording. Then we go to an E minor, and I think we've seen this before. Yeah, that really cool walk-up trick. So the thumb's just doing 6-4, 6-4-3, 2, 1. Right, the melody is climbing in between the thumbs. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer. And again, feel free to use whatever Pima fingers you want there. Then here we get this cool little, where he hits that nice loud beat 2 in measure 27 here. It's just thumb, strums a big chord, then he walks open 2, which is brilliant. Then we go to a G chord in 28. Only thing that's different here is we get a different melody note. We're doing the G, but now our 3rd fret is down on the 2nd string here. And it's thumb, thumb, and. So 6, 4, 2. I'm hitting it with my middle finger. 6, 4, 2, thumb, thumb, middle. 2nd half of the measure is thumb, pointer, thumb. 6, 3, 4. When you put them together, 3, 4. Almost done. 3 more measures here with the verse. Measure 29 is a little different. Another kind of goofy D approach here. We're pinching a D on 4 and 1. Then I do thumb, pointer. So it's pinch 4 and 1. Thumb on 3, pointer on 2. Normal Travis picking there, easy enough. But then he lifts the entire chord here, and he does it again. Pinch, thumb in. So pinch, thumb, pointer, pinch, thumb, pointer, thumb in the middle. The string sets there are 4 and 1, 3, 2, 4 and 1, 3, 2. Then we go to a G, a little different here too in 30. We got that pinky down again, 3rd fret, 2nd string, pinching 6 and 2. But I'm just doing 4, 3. So thumb middle, thumb pointer. So start of the measure. Then we just do 6, back to 2, but I lift the pinky. Thumb on 4. So that's the ending. Just 6, 2, 4. But with a pinch at the beginning. So 3, 4. Lift it. Lift it. Yeah. Then 31. My pinky's down now, finally, on that high E string, 3rd fret. We do it twice. Pinch 6 and 1. Then I do thumb, pointer, pinch 6 and 1. Again, you can do middle or ring, however you want. 6 and 1, 4, 3. 2nd half of the measure is 6, 2, 4, 1. You could do thumb, middle, thumb, ring, or thumb, pointer, thumb, middle. The whole measure though, 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah. Shaboom! That's the whole thing. At the end of this video's timestamps are down below. Do the slow run-throughs of the verse. That is what loops again and again and again and again. Whew. Well done. But now we are going to go through the final 3 measures. It's really easy. The very last run of the song, if you got your tab, free at mikesmusicmethod.com. Well, it's based on the value for value model, but you got that in the donation pitch. Instead of going all the way to the end, you'll repeat from 6 for all the verses, but this time instead of going all the way through to whatever it was, 31, when you get to measure 25, you'll jump here to the little coda part, which is measure 33. And it just ends different, but it's really easy. We just have thumb bouncing back and forth on a G, 6, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. When we do that 3 times, then we just end on hitting that 6th string. Killing it! Before we sing it, if you want to just go sing it, singing, we'll do singing and playing together. If you want to do the slow run-throughs, do that. But what we're going to do right now in the video is we are going to talk about the second guitar part. So this is capoed 4. The other one, I know I did it at 7, but on the recording it's actually capoed 9. Now this second guitar part is capoed on the 4th fret, and always once you capo, things are going to be a little goofy, so retune. Tell you all the notes, but it's called capo pinch, and you're always going to want to retune. And sometimes your capo's too tight or too loose, or sometimes your guitar just doesn't want the thing on there. Like that buzzy note I'm getting. There we go, resolved. So you're always going to, I always recommend a capo. Guys, I obviously have no affiliation with these dudes, but I like the Shubbs, S-H-U-B-B. But no matter what, get one that has an adjustable thing that's like either spring-loaded or you can adjust the tension in some way, because it's way different tension on the 4th fret or the 2nd fret than it is the 7th or the 10th. So you want a capo where you can adjust that so you can get rid of that buzzing. And always tune up after you put your capo on. So here's the intro at measure 38. Remember, these chords match, right? The capo on the 9th fret doing the G chord is the same as the capo on the 4th doing a C chord. They all are sounding an E chord. But capo talk in theory another day. I think you get that, right? A shape here, C shape here, boom boom, is the same as a G shape up here on the 12th fret if the capo were on 9. So yeah, all the chord shapes are going to be different even though we're sounding the same chords. So let's do this second guitar part. Measure 38, we got a C chord. Check this out though, we got a little hammer on at the beginning. I'll play the whole measure. Let's just do the thumb. Hammering on the 5th string, open to 3. Then I'm jumping to the 3rd string. So get used to that if you don't know that hammer on feel. You just want to bounce there. Then add the first melody note, which is middle finger on the 1st string. Once that feels good, you can add the 2nd melody note, which is the pointer finger on the 2nd string. Measure 38. Let's try this. Hammer onto the G. I do need my pinky down here. And I'm jumping all the way to the 3rd string. So hammer on the 6th, jump to the 3rd, back to 6th, 3rd. First melody note is the high string. 1, 2, and. Hammer, 2, and. Sorry, I missed it. Hammer, 2. Then we're going to add, after that, I add the 2nd string there. So I'm doing middle, pointer, 1st string, 2nd. And it's in between those thumbs. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb, 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 middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. I'm doing these first two kind of slow and meticulous again because that's how you want to learn. Go slow as you need to go, just doing the thumb, adding one melody note at a time till it finally comes together. That may take several weeks. I don't know your skill level, but if it takes several weeks, that's what it takes. Learn it slow and you'll get it. Same idea on an F. Jumping all the way from 6 to 3. And here we can do a normal F. I wouldn't recommend the thumb over the top because we're not doing any fancy work on the F. So 6 to 3, I'm doing 6, 3, 1 with my middle finger. Then after that, 6, 3, 1, 6, 2 with my pointer finger. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. 41 is back to the C, no hammer on. 42. I don't know why I was hearing this, but it's a little different. So the thumb pattern is 5, 3, 4, 3. And what we got is 5, 3, 1. I'm doing the middle finger there. 5, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb. Just a nice little delicate melody in there. And I know, keep in mind, all this is blazing fast. So we're doing the second guitar. Now we're on the verse, which is measure 43. But, you know, obviously it corresponds to measure 6, right, where the verse starts with the first guitar. Back to a C chord, same hammer on, to the G, same hammer on, back to the F, back to the C. Here in 47, we just do a big strum here. 5th string, big strum, 5th, and then a little brush there. Then we go to a D minor. I fret it like this, but from the ground up it's 1, 3, 2. Whether you're using your pinky here or your ring, I don't really care, but it's 1, 3, 2. Thumb's just hopping from 4 to 3. 4, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. Does that measure twice? Then to measure 50, we go to a weird little G7 chord. We can keep that pointer finger pinned, and I need my middle finger on the 2nd fret. It's like a big G7, but we don't actually ever play that low string. It looks like this. And believe it or not, the thumb pattern's goofy here too. He's doing 4, 3, 5, 3, which is quite lovely, but it's hard. So 4, 3, then I'm snagging the pointer finger on the 2nd there. That's the first half of the measure. Second half is 5, 1, and I'm using my middle finger on the 1st string. Thumb, middle, then thumbs on 3. So all that together, 3, 4. Does that twice, then it's back to a C chord. 5, 3, 2. Thumb, thumb, pointer. Then we have a walk here. And we just do 3, 2 on the A string. So 3, 4. Really cool. Measure 53 is an A minor. Here our thumb is jumping from 5 to 3. And it's thumb, thumb, pointer on the 2nd string. 5, 3, 2. Thumb, thumb, and thumb, thumb, and. Second half of the measure is thumb on 5, middle finger on 1, thumb to 3. So 5, 1, 3, thumb, middle, thumb. All together, 3, 4. And it does that again. The next measure, 54, just does it once, sorry. Then we walk. And how we walk there, we start it the same way, but then we hit open A, then we do a G, 3rd fret on the lowest string. And that leads us into measure, whatever, 55 here, which is an E major chord, just an E. Big jump of the thumb, 6 to 3. Now guys, remember I said this at the beginning, or I hope I did, it's hard to parse out these two guitars, right? They're tightly tied in the mix. I even tried software to like separate them, but even then it's still kind of blending it into one guitar. If anyone has recommendations on like really amazing audio like separation software, let me know. Because some of these recordings, it's really hard. I mean, I'm getting the gist and the feel of it, but are these the exact notes? Nah, it's impossible to tell. It's too buried. So if you're doing it slightly different, don't freak out. But I'm doing a 6 to 3 with the thumb. And it's 6, 3, 2, thumb, thumb, pointer. Then it's thumb, middle on the top string, then pointer. So the ending is 6, 1, 3. So all together, 3, 4, 6, 3, 2, 6, 1, 3. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. Same thing in the next measure. Then we go to F, and it's the exact same right-hand pattern. Just holding down an F chord. To the C. In the C, we're picking exactly like we did measure 53 on the A minor. 5, 3, 2, 5, 1, 3. Same thing here. But then a different walk. You hit the C first because we're on a C chord. Then he lifts it open. So pause, go slow, right? There's nothing new there, but you might need to take a, go a little slower and take another look, but I think you get it. The instructions there. 61, let's keep going. Seen a simple measure of G before, 6, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4. Then in 62, he hits the low string, then he strums. Strum as many as you want. I'm just going down, but you can feel free to hit all 6 again. And then we pick up the finger picking again, thumb, pointer, thumb, on 6, 3, 4. So thumb, strum, 6, 3, 4, thumb, strum, 6, 3, 4. Back to A minor, which we saw. It's the same as 63 is the same as 53. Now here we do the same thing on A minor in 64. Hit the open A, strum the chord, then we walk it up, open A, B. So A, strum, A, B. Nearly done. 65 is back to a C. What the previous C I showed you, same thing. Then here it's really cool in 66. He hammers on, we're still holding down a C chord, but my ring finger is going to hammer open to 3 on the 6th string. Then the thumb jumps to 3. Then we actually hammer on the 4th string, open to 2. So I got to lift that finger up, and then back to 3. Hammer open to 2, and then 3. So hammer on the 6th string to the 3rd, hammer on the 4th to the 3rd. So nothing really moves except at the beginning. We're on a C chord, and I bring that up here to get that low hammer. But here I'm still on a C chord, and that one just lifts and hammers. So from 65, 3, 4. Really cool. 67. Same as 65, except there's a hammer on the 5th string at the beginning. Thumb, thumb, and thumb, and thumb, 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 middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. And then again, just pick that 5th string, strum the chord, but here he's hitting different notes. Then he's hitting 4, 3. And that is the entire 2nd guitar. That would repeat from the verse, keep repeating. Again, the code is a little different, so let's do that in 69, the very last time. We just do that basic C we've seen before a bunch of times. Then he just ends on the C. Nothing new there. Oh, shigoo! Let's talk about singing and playing together. Guys, I talk about this in most of the videos, but if you want to learn to sing and play at the same time, just like getting good at guitar, it takes a lot of deliberate and focused practice. And you got to do things step by step. It doesn't just magically happen. So don't be like, oh, I can't do it. How do people do it? Well, you practice. So let's talk about that process here. So what we're going to do is before we even finger pick, can you just strum the chords? So pull up the lyrics and a chord chart, and let's just see if we can do that. Fog's rolling in off the East River bank like a shroud. Covers Bleecker Street, fills the alleys where men sleep, hides the shepherd from the sheep. Now I don't know if I'm doing Art or Paul Simon's part or I'm mixing them up, right? The harmonies, I'd have to listen really carefully. My ear doesn't hear it. But either way, that is the idea. Once you get good at that, then just do the thumb. Fog's rolling in off the East River bank like a shroud. It covers Bleecker Street, fills the alleys where men sleep. You know, I'm doing a generic thumb. Next step would be actually look at the tab and make sure the thumb is right for all the chords. Then before you do the actual picking, because in this song it's fairly straightforward, some exception, but I would just pick a generic pattern. Maybe it's just thumb, 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 pointer, thumb, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So pick a repeating pattern and try to sing to that. Fog's rolling in off the East River bank like a shroud. It covers Bleecker Street, fills the alleys where men... You get the idea. Then only from that point on would I get very specific with my guitar tab. And that means I'm gonna look at my tab. Fog's rolling in off the East River Bank. And maybe I'm just gonna do that 8 times, 20 times. Fog's rolling in off the East River Bank. Like a shroud, it covers Bleecker Street. Right, and you might do 2 measures at a time, 3 or 4. Keep looping, repeating, and slowly build up your singing with the picking. If you want to do the first guitar part, obviously same process with the higher guitar. Slow runs. Let's do the first guitar. I know the capo is 9. Again, I'm doing it on 7 just because it's ridiculously high to reach. So let's do capo 7, first guitar part, starting on measure 1, nice and slow here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I butchered 13. 13 should be 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Just to put the coda in place, let's take it from 21, 22, 24. So we'll do the 2 Ds here and then jump to the coda. 2, 3, 4. So we got. Then we jump to the coda here, which is G and 33 for the end of the song. Slow run, second guitar, we got capo on 4, and we're starting on measure 38 in the tab, the intro of the second guitar part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just bragging about the shub capo, and it only works if you adjust it. So I loosened it up high because I was getting capo pinch like crazy, and then I forgot to tighten the little thing so it wouldn't buzz on me. So get an adjustable capo, see, now it doesn't buzz. And then let's just do the coda here from 69, 2, 3, 4.